Prince Harry's charity fiasco really does continue. And when you think about it, at the start of this year, well, February in fact, if you remember, Dr. Sophie Chanduka really put the axe into everything that Harry apparently withheld and held very dear to his heart. The charitable endeavours, all of that sort of stuff. Well, seemingly now it's going from bad to worse. As ever, let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome one and all brand new subscribers. Can I just also, sorry, we'll have a lovely wave as ever. Can I also just say, I just want to let you know that a good friend of mine, well, I say good friend, I knew her on and off, I'd met her many times. The wonderful actress, Pauline Collins, has sadly passed away. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady. I saw her on many sort of first nights and occasions, alongside her husband, John Alderton. For a generation, of course, John was the headmaster or teacher, I'm not quite sure actually now, in the wonderful TV series Please Sir. Brilliant, that. Really good fun, that show. And you think about it now though, a lot of the actors, right, were playing school children. They were like 27, 30 years old. I mean, can you imagine getting away with that today? It's just incredible, isn't it? Pauline, of course, had great success in Shirley Valentine, one of the biggest movies alongside Tom Conti of that particular year. Did incredibly well. She was a very good actress. For me, and for many, of course, I remember her as the brilliant character in Upstairs, Downstairs. I like the fact that her character was a music hall star. Do you remember when they sort of went off and disappeared, Sarah and Thomas, and had that spin-off series? It was wonderful. Very sad loss. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady. God bless you and thank you for all the wonderful roles and for being such a nice lady each and every time that I met you out and about on all sorts of events. God bless you. Back as ever to your royal story of the day. This is not working out very well for Prince Harry, let me tell you. Well, he may be over in Canada trying to resurrect the old Harry, the fun, jubbly Harry, alongside some brand new speechwriters to show that he can laugh at himself and he can be fun and he doesn't have to be constrained by all of these things. You see, as I pointed out, it's interesting, isn't it? Look at the person that you see when Harry's with Meghan Markle. He's on edge. Remember in New York, he could barely look at Meghan when she was doing her speech. He just feels like he's now trapped. He doesn't know which way to talk, what to talk about, because it's, you know, I'm going to get this, if I say it wrong, will I be told off? Oh, no, you know. So there's all of that going on behind the scenes. Now, Harry is free in Canada. But the problem is when he came over here to the United Kingdom for the things like the Well Child Awards, and of course to meet his father for the first time in many, many months, His Majesty the King. The idea really was, and I told you this, that they were sort of circulating to try and get Harry back into the fold. What Harry wants to do is to get back here to the United Kingdom on a regular basis. But he doesn't have a reason. You see, this is the problem. Meghan Markle doesn't want to come back to the United Kingdom. There were those headlines a couple of months back about, I believe Meghan will come back to the United Kingdom before the end of the year. I don't. She hates it. They don't like her. The bottom line is, it doesn't matter what deals you do with the national press, like The Sun, like the Daily Mirror, all of those sort of stuff. People just don't want to know. You know, you've burnt your bridges, sister, and that's the deal. Harry, though, believes he could still climb back. And as I told you, he's had many, many different ideas. The idea on the last visit really was to try and get some charitable endeavours attached to him. Hence the reason those huge donations up in Nottingham for children in need with the pledge of £1 million. And that will resurface again at this year's Children in Need telethon, which is coming up on BBC, which I told you at the time. However, no other major charities have been forthcoming. And the problem that you have to remember, and again I have to say allegedly with charities, is they're all struggling over here. I'm not surprised. The CEOs have got fat cat salaries. And when you look at the layer of stuff, I mean, in one building that I was working in recently, there is a major charity, a cancer charity, in a building that is £10,000 a month floor rental, right? Work that out. That's a lot of money. How do they get that money? You understand? So consequently, it doesn't always begin at home. But the problem is, Prince Harry being an ambassador, well, yes, they wouldn't mind that, but does Harry come free? Nothing is technically free, you see. When you are an ambassador, most charities may, particularly in the case of Prince Harry, and again, I have to say allegedly, may fund your security, your hotel, your first class flights over, whatever is required to get you to attend, because they believe swelling you at a presence, at a dinner party or an event or a launch will help funds. It certainly gets headlines. I'm not suggesting that is the case in Prince Harry, just to let you know how major charities work. The bottom line is, though, that no major charities have come forward so far, and this has left the team back in Montecito baffled, and Harry more so, because this would be his secret return. If they were having 3-4 events a year, he has a reason to then plan something round 3 or 4 times a year, maybe 4 days here, and it's a great escape, isn't it, from the claw of Meghan Markle. But you see, really, the biggest hammer blow, he's never addressed Africa Parks, he's never addressed the ongoing battles, really, with Dr. Sophie Chanduka, and until those are addressed, my belief is that Harry is well and truly stuck in Montecito with the claw, but more importantly, with no charities willing or risking now to take him on. As ever, it's a developing story. Neil Shaw, Kensington, London.